Monkeys,
That
clearly.
position, clearly, yes. But those laundry soap commercials that boast a country clean smell, like I want my clothes to smell like the country, right?
Well, you can always use, perfumes or musk to mask it or something.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. I'm kidding, of course. But, perfume is a huge industry. It's so big, in fact, that a lot of imitation companies are trying to cash in on the big brand names with cheaper renditions of the perfumes.
Even the turkey doesn't like the smell.
Yeah.
With some help from Renew Bakshi, here's Janice Mackey to tell us whether there's more than a difference between imitation scents and designer perfumes than just the price.
Mike, I think I was not kidding about that clothing thing. There's an alternative clothing store in Vancouver, and Renew Bakshi's going to tell us about that after Janice's story. Maybe you should head out there and buy a few things.
It's the turkey. It's
yeah,
the turkey.
nice try.
Calvin Klein had it right when he named his perfume Obsession, because let's face it, we'll pay almost anything to smell nice.
No, it's not hard to pay. $70 for Sung, $48 for Loren. And with these prices, it's not surprising that more and more people are switching to cheaper imitation perfumes.
At 1/3 the price of the real stuff, Giuliano promises to smell like Giorgio. Even the package looks a lot like the original. But are these imitation perfumes as good as the real stuff? Dawn Pearson is a fragrance consultant at the Hudson Bay store in Toronto. She says that the imitation perfumes aren't as good as the original thing.
Imitations are synthetic. They don't have the subtlety or the lasting that the good French fragrances have. And I find they don't stay on the skin and they don't stay true to the copies that they are.
Why are the imitations so much cheaper than the genuine ones?
Because they're designed by a computer to get the basic notes. They only have mostly synthetic ingredients in them, where the French fragrances have the real flowers, the real greens. They're hand-picked in the fields, sometimes at dawn. And the cost of that alone is why the fragrances are so expensive. And there's the packaging, of course, which is very beautiful in most places. The advertising goes into it, and the bottles themselves.
But can people tell the difference between something like Giorgio and an imitation perfume? Our Vancouver reporter Renew Bakshi went out to see if you could tell the difference.
You chose the imitation Giorgio over the real stuff. Does that change your mind about what you would buy?
No.
Why not?
Because I like the smell of this.
And you wouldn't care that it's not like a brand name Giorgio, but it's imitation and it's cheaper?
Yeah.
Is there any difference between the two?
This one has a different, smell. This is stronger.
Okay, the one you chose was the genuine perfume. Would you buy it, knowing it's more expensive?
Probably, yeah, because it smells nicer.
Is there much of a difference between the two?
Not really.
You chose the real brand over the imitation.
Yeah.
Obviously, the imitation is much cheaper. Would you still buy the real brand, or would you go for the cheaper version of it?
The real one. I'd buy the real one.
Why?
I don't know. I like Giorgio. I like the real brand. I like the box and everything.
I don't know which one I prefer.
If you can't tell the difference between the real stuff and an imitation perfume, then you know what your best bet is. But if you're one of those people that likes their designer labels and the packaging, you're going to have to swallow the price that goes with it. You have to smell for yourself.
Having a hard time trying to find just the right image to define who you really are? Well, maybe you should quit brushing the surface and hunt a little deeper. Try taking a trip underground. The Underground is a unique alternative clothing store in downtown Vancouver that departs from your so-called normal clothes and caters to those who dare to be different. Why do you shop at the Underground?
Well, you got to try and be different in today's world, and the Underground is a great place to be different.
When you put something together from here, like look at this plastic stuff. I mean, you're not going to see a lot of people going around wearing that, and I don't really know where else I could go to get it either.
What would be one word that best describes the Underground?
Rock and roll.
The theme of the underground is sort of dare to be different. Just come in, and if you see something that really, strikes your fancy and maybe you want to wear it, you should wear it. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, it's what you think.
What do you think of this one? Is it me?
As far as fashions go, there's like a whole hippie movement to gain almost, but it's a good thing to think about peace and world understanding and all that sort of thing. I suppose wearing the clothes helps.
Hanging tough. That ain't enough. Show your pride with the love inside, because that's the right stuff.
Well, we've had an amazing time here at the Metro Toronto Zoo, but I think it's time we start spending our money elsewhere.
Okay, well, let's go to the record store then, because I want to check out whether CDs and tapes are actually killing the record industry, and if they are, who's it affecting?
So don't even think about changing the channel. There's more fun and frolicking to be had.